Welcome to day 323 of our Let's Grow annual challenge. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, and we are continuing with our No Nonsense November tip and tool of the day. And today's is number 18, and it's all about, are you engaging in, are you practicing, are you prioritizing physical wellness, physical well-being? Now, we spent an entire month of this challenge focusing on the physical aspects of us as human beings and how we deal with that and enhance that. We set goals. This is a good time to check back in on and make sure that you're making progress toward the goal that you set for yourself for the end of the year as part of the challenge. We've got, of course, Max's story and guide 2 of the Let's Grow Annual Challenge private Facebook group page. And a couple of things. I'm just going to give a couple of highlights about our physical wellness and engaging in it and practicing physical well-being. You know, we talked about it in depth and different subjects in depth. Things like, if we don't take care of our physical bodies and our physical well-beings, we only get one, right? We only get one physical body, and what we do to it matters and is cumulative, right? So if we go for decades not eating right or taking care of ourselves or exercising or moving our body, that little bit, a day here and a day there won't necessarily negatively impact us overall. But when we have patterns of behavior of not taking care of ourselves, not putting our physical well-being and health first, not getting enough water, not getting enough exercise, not getting enough sleep, not getting enough fresh air, not ever getting outdoors and letting the sun shine on our face, or getting grounded by walking barefoot in the sand, it has a negative effect on us. I think we see a lot of that. I notice it in myself in the winter. I live in a 4-season climate. In the winter, I do not get outdoors as much as I used to when I was younger. When I did winter sports and could do winter sports because I could see to go skiing. It's really frightening when you have bad vision to ski now. I don't know how blind people do it. I guess because I did it as a sighted person. So as a legally blind person, I'm just saying no to it. Maybe I'll change my mind and down the road go back to it. But for right now, it's pretty frightening to me because I don't have any depth perception. So today we've got Max's story, but what are a couple things that we've talked about that are really, really important with respect to this? And for our action item, I just want you to check in with yourself and say, okay, am I on board with the goal that I set for myself earlier this year? Am I moving toward it? Or do I need to make an adjustment? Because sometimes we set a goal earlier in the year and we work on it a little bit at a time. We automate some things for it, but then we kind of forget about it because we put it on automatic pilot and we realize, oh, I'm not getting out every single morning first thing and doing my walk outside. I'm not doing this, or I'm not doing that, or something in our life has changed and another thing has had and becomes a higher, more urgent priority for us. And so we forget to get to bed at a decent hour, get enough water, get enough whatever is right for us. And again, it changes over time. And the most important part, I think, about, maybe not the most important part, but a very important component about the annual challenge is every day is a new day. We get to adjust and tweak and change every single day because our overriding purpose is to become the best possible version of ourselves. So instead of beating myself up over not getting out and doing my morning walks every morning, I can say, okay, well, this is why, and this is why it's not a priority right now, but what could I do in place of that every day so that I don't feel guilty about not doing it? So that's my action item for today. Think of a way to be more active in the winter so I don't feel guilty about not getting outdoors and being in the fresh air every single day. Max, our tool today is the MyFitnessPal app. I don't know if you're familiar with it, if you've used it. I am not a huge app person for personal reasons because I can't see very well. So doing apps and things on my phone is not only challenging, it's very annoying to me and my personality type. So I will recommend it. I have used it in the past, but I haven't used it lately because of my vision. It's not feasible for me. Plus, to me, it's way too much tracking and details. And in the beginning, I did the same thing. I wrote down everything I ate. I wrote down everything physically that I did because I wanted to get to know myself and see my own patterns. So I knew which ones to continue and which ones to say goodbye to because they weren't serving me at all. But after a certain period of time, and it's different for each of us, I got sick of it after a couple of years using tracking things to track and pay attention to everything I was doing because I realized I was focusing on those things and not on the end desire, the goal that I wanted. And when I made that switch, it for me worked really, really well. Doesn't work for everybody, but tools like MyFitnessPal have you logging in and writing down and keeping track of everything. And that's really time consuming. If you have the time and energy and it's giving you valuable information to make decisions and choices, great. But when that becomes more of a burden than the benefit you're getting from it, then you stop doing it. At least that's been my experience. So Max uses it actually to track his nutrition. He uses it to track everything. He uses it to set his goals. He monitors his progress. And then he integrates exercise into it as well. But again, the programs are still such that, except for like our wearable technology now, which has come a long way. And again, I use Fitbits for, I don't know, 5 or 6 years. And then I realized it's not a problem for me to get 10,000 steps or 15,000 steps in every day. I don't need an external device telling me I did it or didn't do it. So that is my 2 cents worth on that. The best thing to do is to create your own wellness plan and your own physical wellness plan and program, and then just integrate that into the other parts of your life and into your daily habits. That's been the theme all year, is find something that works for you, make it your own, tweak and test it. Then once you get it to where you like it, automate it. And then every once in a while, periodically review it and see if it needs a little bit of adjustment, because things change all the time. We want to make sure we're staying up to date, especially on our physical well-being and wellness. Because if you don't have your health, if you've ever had any kind of a health challenge, and I've had several, you know that is one of the fastest things that will shut you down and give you a life adjustment more than anything else. A diagnosis, a physical challenge, a broken bone, an accident, anything that physically happens to us stops us in our tracks and makes us pay attention to what's really important. And usually that is to take better care of ourselves. All right. That's it. If I can help in any way, ask. Otherwise, have fun with this today. Just check in. Where am I at? What am I doing? Am I actually honestly taking care of myself in the way that I should? And if I'm not, then what am I going to do today to start remedy and make sure that situation changes? All right. Have a great day. And I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.